That's when they grab me and throw me up against the wall and announce that they're the police. We're the freaking police. You've been down here stealing this service.
Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I'm doing another podcast with my buddy Zack.
What up?
All right, and okay, so people love you for some reason. I don't know why.
And I don't. That's the scary part.
I don't know what's going on. All right, so we are going to be today. We're going to talk about a topic that Zack picked, which was multiple arrests and what it's like.
I don't think that's the topic I pick. I think that's the topic I've lived.
So, what is it about? Are you going to talk about are you going to talk about our different arrests, or just go into just funny arrests, or because I've got like three.
Were any of them funny? I mean,
no, none of them felt funny. Even looking back, they didn't feel funny.
No, at the time, no arrest is funny. But then, eventually you look back, you go, that was kind of funny. The police officer's reaction, kind of like, oh, yeah, whatever, dude, whatever.
Well, yeah, so you want to just go over that and go over the whole process, or just...
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, well, you start. I'll follow your lead. Go ahead.
All right, so multiple arrests, of course, most of... a lot of my life, let's say that, or at least my 30s. So one arrest happened to my wife and I did when we were partners in crime. We used to come down to Florida all the time, and what we do is we would book a hotel room for ourselves and kind of say, hey, this is Matt, and I want to pay for a hotel room for Zack and his wife. So I'd call the hotel, and the hotel said, yeah, we'll let you do that. Here's what you have to do. You have to fax us a copy of the front and back of your ID and the front and back of your credit card. Right. So once they did that, I'm so I get all these card numbers. All I got to do is get a fake ID, fax the front and back of that, and put a credit card on, what is it? What is that called? The program where people make driver's licenses and things. Photoshop. Photoshop, there. Thank you. Help me out. So go on Photoshop, create a credit card, MasterCard, Visa. So now I can book a hotel room with somebody else's credit card. They don't even know it. All I need is the number. Right. So I do the Photoshop thing and I fax it over to the hotel. So you do that, and generally what happens is, the reason I felt that was safe is because the hotel authorizes the card for the stay. So when you get there, they don't actually charge the card. They just do an authorization. Right. And then when you leave is when they charge the card.
By then you've already used the services,
yes,
so you're
gone. Eating and everything, right. So that's what I normally did. So we would come down to Florida and we'd stay at I think it was the Hilton on the Causeway, and we'd use somebody else's card. So we did that once, and then we'd do it again using somebody else's card. Then we'd do it again using somebody else's card. Because my wife really loved that hotel, so we'd stay there all the time. Get the same room, the staff knew us and everything. So after about the fifth trip...
This is the over cocky...
Yes. Yeah. On about the fifth trip, I guess they were waiting on us. So we booked the room, used somebody else's card, and went up to the room. So we went there, and the people greeted us like normal. So obviously they didn't tell the staff members downstairs. Right. The police kind of kept it to themselves. So we go up. So we're greeting the staff down there. We're hugging everybody like we normally do. We got you your same room and everything. So we go up to the room to check in. So we walk in the room, and there was always an adjoining room to the same room we stayed in. It was an adjoining room. So we walk in, and dude comes out of the adjoining room and just walks in. So I'm looking at him. I'm like this white guy, stocky. I said, hey, come on in. Don't let the fact that the door was closed slow you down from walking in our friggin' room. Who the hell do you think you are? Right? He doesn't say anything. He just keeps walking, right, until I grab him. And that's when he's like, hey, that's when they grab me and throw me up against the wall and announce that they're the police. We're the freaking police. You've been down here stealing this services all the time. Yeah, they arrested us for that. That was the arrest. So they put me in cuffs. They handcuffed my wife, cut her off to another room to squeak a confession out of her, and handcuffed me and sat me on the bed. So they went through all of our luggage and stuff and hauled us down to the police station. The funny thing about that is they charged us for what we had on us, and they never charged us for any time that we stayed at the room.
So the cost of the rooms, they didn't charge you for?
They didn't charge us for the cost of the room or anything.
What did they charge for what you had on you?
Yes, we had like IDs, fake IDs.
Oh, okay.
And the stuff we were going to do, that's what they charged us for.
Because you were flying down to Florida to also, while you're down here hanging out, you're also committing fraud.
Of course.
That's your job.
Yeah. So the funny thing about that, right, is what my lawyer told me was it's like because they could never prove that you were neither one of y'all admitted that you were the one faxing the credit card and the ID down, so they could never prove that. So
it could have been anybody running that part of the scam,
right?
Okay.
They just
like I wonder if they had grabbed you and it was just you and your wife and the IDs were valid and you didn't have anything on you. Like most likely they might have let you go.
As a matter of fact, that is what happened because I had been doing that for years, and so I did it for other people. So one of the couples that I did that for, like they called us up and the guy was telling me, all he kept saying was, I can't believe we didn't go to jail. He goes, there were so many police that came in that room and searched us and went through everything. And he goes, they just let us go. Like, okay, get out. Like, gladly.
You have to tell me twice.
That's right. No problem.
What's do you want me to do one?
Yeah.
Was that so they did arrest you. So what happened? So you got arrested for back to your thing. They did arrest you. You went downtown, you got processed.
Oh yeah, we got processed. They went through all our stuff. So then they asked me questions. I'm a jerk. When they ask questions, I become a jerk, because like they'll go, okay, what's your name? Right? I'll go, it depends. I'm a real jerk. So they like that detective when he asked me that and I said depends, he just got up and walked off.
So what happened? Did you do time?
No, I got like 4 charges. I bonded out and they ended up dropping them all. I think I only got ended up with 1 charge. And that charge was while I was living in Florida, I rented something from Buddy Byright. Right. And then ended up, because I had to go on the run. I left Florida because I went on the run.
Right.
So I bought something from Buddy Byright, went on the run and never paid him off. Well, now if you buy from a rental company, I didn't know that was a charge. They call it theft. Well, you stole it. Yeah, but we had a contract I didn't honor. Yeah, F that. You stole our shit.
Yeah, you would think it would be it would fall under like a civil, some kind of like a civil suit.
No, they petitioned the legislation to charge people with that. That's an unbelievable feat that they've done. But yeah, they said I stole it. That was the only charge that I got convicted on that arrest in that hotel.